Thanks for coming out and watching the oxymoronic Reddit Professional Show, where I showcase the best and worst of the internet. Here I comment on brilliant and hilarious comment chains regarding dumb shit on the internet for you to enjoy. Make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell button so that you get notifications every time we come up with a new video. Enjoy this week's show. Serious. What is a great career path that kids in college aren't aware exists? Oh, perfect. No one knows about my career. Only 3,500 people doing it nationwide, and we are in a job shortage. I am a perfusionist and run the cardiopulmonary bypass machine during heart surgeries. Get a Bachelor of Science degree, then go to a perfusion school, 1 or 2 year program. I am 4 years out of school and made 6 figures last year. I probably average 30 to 35 hours per week. It can be stressful because you can kill a patient very easily. Won't happen unless you're careless. But it is very rewarding to know you are saving people's lives every day. If you're from the UK, US, some people in China will pay you great money to babysit their kids so their kids can learn the right accent and manners. They'll prefer someone with a college education since it's more prestigious, and I know someone who was earning $50K straight away. There are agencies that arrange this sort of deal, but you won't get near the number quoted because the agency gets a massive cut. I am currently living with a Chinese family as an au pair, but my take-home is garbage. If you know nothing about Chinese culture and language and have no potential ways to find out, it would be a good idea to go through one of these agencies to begin with, and then New York City, being one for the courts, is very lucrative and in demand. Not that everyone can be proficient in 2 languages, but if you are proficient, a degree isn't needed so long as you can pass a series of tests. Edit, for everyone saying about how the technology is going to replace this, I say you may be right, but I'd be very surprised to see court systems or education systems implementing anything new with pace, especially when there's such a liability involved. I think it's going to take longer than a lot of you expect, no matter how good the tech gets. Mostly because A, any agency just takes forever to change anything, and B, it usually takes a lot longer than most people think for something like this to be tested rigorously enough for real-world application. As an example, I ask, why hasn't speech-to-text replaced stenographers yet? Find a union factory job if you're looking for unskilled work. I entered at 35K, I'll be at 50K within the next year. I have full health, prescription, and dental insurance, and it's basically impossible to fire me unless there are layoffs or I really fuck up. In the United Kingdom, apprenticeships. No debt, a wage and a career lined up and waiting for you. For example, helicopter engineer. Towboats. If you get on with a good company, you can start off making 30 to 40K a year. After a year and a half or so, you can get a tankerman certification along with a significant pay raise. Within 10 years, if you work hard and do everything you need to do, you could be looking at 100,000K plus working 6 months out of the year. You could do it faster if you're willing to pay for some school. My grandpa is a captain, and $500 a day is the lowest he'll go out for, and that's only if he's desperate to get out of the house. On top of that, he's what they call a tripper, which pretty much just means freelance. He goes out when he feels like it and stays home when he doesn't. Funeral director, mortician, and embalmer. It takes very little college to become one, and they pay well. Funeral directors usually even get a free house out of the deal. Also, hazmat cleanup, like 18 months of school for a $60K USD per year job. Plus you get to travel all over the world. It's gaining more traction, as in more universities are offering it as a major, but supply chain management offers a great career opportunity. Less conventional or glorified IT positions like QA analytics or NOC technicians. They pay from $45K to $75K depending on experience, location, and schedule. A technician, operator, analyst, engineer who works out of a network operations center, or NOC for short. They monitor the tech backbone of a corporation, usually a 24/7 gig, and are first responders to problems that can quickly cause huge revenue loss, like downed servers or websites. Military to federal government bureaucrat. If you are able-bodied, you can get into at least one branch of the US military. Once you make it through training, it's exceptionally difficult to get yourself fired. Deployments to war zones are exceptionally rare right now as well. After 4 years, you get out and get paid a full-time salary to become a college student. That's your whole job, going to school. Post 9/11 GI Bill. Graduate and start applying to federal government jobs on usajobs.gov. With military experience and the degree you earned for free and got paid to study, you could be making $60K by the time you're 24 and no college debt. And most government jobs can currently only hire existing government employees or veterans. That's the rule. In 2004, I was homeless. I joined the military, went to school on post 9/11 GI Bill, then got a federal job making about $75K per year. I was then headhunted to become the spokesman for a hospital, my current job, where I make even more money in a cheaper part of the country. I'm not a recruiter, the military is not for everyone, and I had lots of reasons I didn't make it into a full career. There's a good deal of bullshit involved. But at the end of the day, I'm living a very easy life thanks to investing 4 early years of my life into the military. Actuary. Go to the cheapest state school, get a math degree, pass the exams. Entry level is close to $75K. Pay keeps rising as you progress through exams. After becoming an associate of an actuarial society, you earn close to $150 to $200K. I know of people doing that in 4 years after graduating. Plus, the work-life balance is excellent as well as job security. No need for an Ivy League education or to be at a Wall Street target school. Also, no need for graduate school. My girlfriend's brother is doing HVAC sheet metal work, 22 years old and already making $23 an hour, which is pretty damn good where we live. Finish your bachelor's in anything and complete a 1-month full-time CELTA course. You can find a place to study this course in pretty much every country in the world. Then move to Sydney or Dubai, etc., and teach English as a second language, ESL, to foreigners. In Sydney, for example, you can get a job working for one of the major universities. They teach English to foreign students who want to study at the uni and who have all the necessary requirements to do so except for the required English level. And so they take a 10-week course hoping to improve their English enough in time for enrollment. The one I worked at has around 2,500 foreign students enrolled in one of these pathway courses, mainly Chinese, Korean, Brazilian, and students from the Middle East, etc., and employs around 230 teachers. And they pay $92 an hour plus 17.5% contribution to your super fund, and a full-time teaching load is 4 hours of teaching a day, 2 times 2-hour sessions. That's $1,840 a week, or $95,000 PA, plus super. And the lesson prep time is almost non-existent, as the universities have been running these courses for so many years that they've tailored all the material to be ready to serve. And the demand for English teaching from foreigners is increasing at a huge rate and will continue to do so for many years. If you can write, can manage a project, and have some basic graphic design skills, there are always jobs in instructional design, specifically online course development. Not difficult at all to be making $60K within 2 years or $80K after 5. I have hired web designers and graphic artists since work in hardcore creative roles can be harder to find. They pick up the tools in no time and make good money. Any municipal job. In the New York City area, there are several agencies that don't require a degree and are good careers, especially within transportation. Piano tuning gets you up to £75 an hour, and there are elderly tuners literally begging to hand over full schedules of work. You can find work all over the world and don't have to do too many hours to earn a good living. In Poland, we have a serious shortage of all sorts of gas fitters, technicians, and engineers. After a 2-year school, you'll get a job that pays twice as much as entry-level architect or doctor. Technical business analyst. I went into college planning on being a C# programmer, but fell out of love with the idea of coding in a cubicle 8 hours a day. I wanted to use my technical knowledge and people skills together and be involved with the creative process. A BA is the guy who takes business requirements from executives or clients and forms them into actionable tasks for developers. A good BA needs to become very rooted in the needs of the company and also have enough technical knowledge to relay that information to developers. Yes, it's a lot of documentation, but also can involve wireframing, actually designing the UI for front-end applications. The career path for a BA is BA to technical BA to project manager to scrum master to chief technical officer or chief informational officer. In practical terms, $35K a year to $65 to $85K a year to $100K to over $150K. TLDR, like coding but don't like to code? Get paid $35,000 fresh out of college to tell developers what to do. If you enjoyed this week's effective way to waste time, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you are enjoying the series, leave me a comment below. A special shout out to the content creators. You frickin' rock.